Hello everybody, it's Steve. Welcome back to Surviving Mars Below and Beyond. In the last video, started building this up and really started working towards getting the Omega Telescope done. This is going to increase all of my research output by about 20%, and it's going to cost me a significant investment. I've got the metal for it, barely. I'm still working on getting all the concrete for it, and I have nowhere near enough electronics for it. My plan, keyword, is to take advantage of the reduced advanced material import cost. That was introduced, I believe, in the last episode, no, Monday's episode. It was for the dumping event. So I could bring up a bunch of electronics. Right now it's only 175 million a piece. Only loading up 60 though drains my bank account fully. So here's my other idea. I'll bring up passengers. Let's go ahead. I'll try to get some... Wait, no. Loner, can't have that. I actually need engineers here, because I'm going to put them to work in my electronics factories. And I'll open up another shift if needed to make it happen. Make sure that our engineers... Okay, can't do the loner just because these domes are packed. I guess Augusto could live in a different dome, so he should be fine. I gotta dump 4 people from here. I do like the idea of scientists, so we'll get rid of these 2. Okay, yeah, just all specialists coming up here. It says I have no available residences. That's totally fine. I will grab a smart apartment for them. Slap it down here in Elgria. I still haven't figured out the name for this dome, but that's what I'm going with at the moment. Elsewhere on the map, we've grabbed pretty much all of the beakers for the purpose of pushing that oh wait, haha. Remember I said all of them? Not even close. There's a few more too. I'm going to grab all of these guys just to make sure. This guy can come all the way down here probably. I want to make sure that I'm getting the Omega Telescope done as soon as possible. I could also produce these parts locally. Getting more engineers, more scientists, all that stuff up here.
Sector scanned.
That's just going to increase my output, and that's really what I want to be aiming for. Is pretty much get the electronics factory up and running. Smart apartment is going up, but my rare metals production is of concern. Especially since I'm, sending a shitload of it back to Earth. This is going to be an option where the recon center, I think, is going to be necessary. Hopefully there it was, I saw it. Stop moving. You're up here. Okay. Drone assembler. Need to grab him.
Anomaly analyzed.
1500. I'll take it. All right. This recon center, I'll actually put here because it's going to be in range of all 3 domes. It is an external building. And also takes electronics, but if I can find a good asteroid that's going to have a lot of rare metals, a lot of exotics, absolutely I'm going to utilize it. That is going to kind of be one of the niceties of going to one of these asteroids, is very much make sure I've got the materials for it. Machine parts, yeah, they're running a little low. I could also just open up both these shifts. It will increase my power drain during the second shift. Let me double check what if I had nocturnal adaptation not researched yet. Darn. Okay. So that's my idea, is actually utilize the night shift on at least one of those factories. Get that bonus. I am tempted to kind of kick this one up into high gear. Bottomless pit lab I'm not worried about, but this I'd be kind of happy to have. What I have here, though, what I determined at the end of the last video, I think is going to be the best way to do it. And unfortunately, this needs electronics. So I actually have to store more electronics than I'm getting just to make sure they've got... Why are you there? I'm assigning you this residence. Just what I can't
New colonists have arrived.
designate or limit buildings. And there's probably a mod for it that limits, like, oh, if you're a child, you can live here or that or this, that, or the other. So I'm at 4 minus right now on jobs. I do think this is going to be the opportunity to put more people in the machine parts factory. I'm running a slight deficit, but I can get that back during the day. You are not doing any of that. We have nothing there. What do I have material-wise I can trade? I could probably trade some food off. Maybe some machine parts. The lack of electronics is very concerning because I guess, oh yeah, scientists work best in this building. Very quickly, if I need to just free up some space, I can make sure the infirmaries are staffed. You loaded up and ready to go? Alright, get out of here. Might as well just get him out of the way. And I might as well get this out of the way too. If you're watching this series and you haven't already, go check out my series of Anno 1800. It comes out on weekends on the channel. It, like Surviving Mars, did have a gap last week due to COVID. Remaking a return to my house, I wanted to take some time to take care of my family who was in town and also got sick from the virus. Making sure I was taking care of them. So it kind of took priority over the series. But I've been playing it since December. It is marvelous. The game is absolutely beautiful. It has a lot of the same, I think, city building feels that this game has. You do have to do a lot of resource management, making sure supply chains are working, all that stuff. I'm at Sol 100. I just hit it right there. This colony does seem to be lacking. It does seem like it's not hitting the markers it should be. But thankfully, once interplanetary astronomy is done, I'll be able to pivot and get some general training done to increase productivity of all these other facilities that I have.
Sector scan.
Got another facility that, shocker, does not have any capacity. O2 is full, so I'm not going to upgrade this guy with Moxie upgrade. We've got a little bit of everything right now. Let me see if I can do a, like, food for electronics trade. I know nobody's going to nibble at this one, but if I could, it'd be beautiful.
Research complete.
There's the Omega Telescope done. Gives access to new breakthrough technologies and reduces overall costs. Yeah, no rival colony wants to trade for this. Let me try for machine parts, maybe. I know I was getting the notification. Oh, running low on this. Blah, 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 blah. I could. And this is an idea that it's kind of piquing my interest. Is all the fuel I have excess. Yeah, nobody's going to trade into that. Once I research it, I could slap a GHG factory down. GHG factories take machine parts, metals, and concrete, and will actually burn fuel. If I was dealing with cold waves, I would say a subsurface heater, which I haven't unlocked yet. It's going to be one of these three. Using one of those to just put that in the colony, it would increase the temperature of the planet quite rapidly and also get rid of any cold spots, i.e. over here. If I could very easily slap that down. Speaking of slapping stuff down, where's my Hey Hey? Oh, Hey Hey's downstairs. Hey Hey is running this project right now where he's just grabbing metals. Just took him off his little transport route. But I'm going to have him grab all these exotics, run them up to here. Because the ancient artifact interface, which is, if I'm not mistaken, going to make it, I think all the drones have, like, no charge needed, unlimited range, stuff like that. I think that is, also my nose is still absolutely plugged up. Sorry about doing that giant sniffle into the camera, or into the microphone. So yeah, boom, got our 200 metals, awesome. Need those electronics, need those machine parts, need those exotic minerals. But I know there's exotic minerals locally, so we can go ahead and utilize that stuff. And that's why my Hey Hey is not clearing this out for me to slap a dome down up here. This was going to be the idea I had, I think, in the last video. you can tell there's a gap between recording Monday, Tuesday, and today's videos. One of the slap 8. Whoa. Wow, it's the first leak that we've had. Know that I have superior pipes. I haven't actually utilized. I haven't actually researched superior pipes. I did find it as one of the breakthroughs. I was kind of hoping I could find more breakthroughs on the map, but I think we're kind of tapped out on breakthroughs. I get 3 more. That'll take us to here, and then maybe there'll be something that shows up from another thing. But I've got some. These later ones I got were pretty dang good. Capture asteroid. It is growing on me. Resilient vegetation. Great. Martian-born ingenuity. It's okay. Superior pipes. Absolutely god tier, I think. Breakthrough. Landscaping aids. Great. Artificial muscles. Great. Borderline on. Fantastic. They're breakthroughs that if you can get your hands on, you can absolutely utilize them. I want to turn one of these rare metals refineries on because I do have some rare metals that are in both these sites. Most of my waste rock, are up here. These 3 are full. Can't really do much with them though. And I'm getting, oh yeah, because this guy's running during the day. We're getting a bit more of a draw on power each day, which is fine. We'll make do with it. Lance 4, though, he is like, need to get more done. Like, need to get the last bit of this out of here. But the recon center, it's not even loaded up with electronics yet. This guy's probably producing electronics and immediately it's going out into the recon center. It's not being utilized locally. What I think I'm going to do is let the game run for a few minutes. Try to get this to advance a little bit, and we'll go from there. Did a little bit of tweaking with my first dome. Got general training research, so this actually lowers the work penalty for all of my people who don't have the right specialization, like everybody working my rare metals extractor. Hopefully this is going to, balance things out a little bit. Also, making sure that, wrong workplace specialization is no longer minus 50. Hit, it's a minus. Why is your morale so low? Yeah, Carol, I need to get you into a spot where you can just kind of like recharge for a couple days. Also started working on a new smart apartment. Reason being, I'm bringing up another load of colonists. Want to make sure that they're getting taken care of as well. Using plenty of quinoa from my farm. And also waiting. Lance 4 is taking it sweet time. Getting stuff done up. I'm going to relocate you over to here. A lot of folks that don't have... Oh, you actually need electronics pretty badly here. We're going to do this. We're going to open up this shift on my electronics factory. We're going to see that little bit of a balancing on people, but most of these folks that are here, hopefully they're going to go work into this building. This says 13 available job slots. 100 colonists brought in, unfortunately.
New colonists have arrived.
I was hoping to actually get them to arrive naturally by cranking out the babies. Yeah, we've only had 5 kids born in this dome, so I'm a little concerned about my lack of production when it comes to the kids. All right, and same, we've got 0 residential slots. Crap. All right, the smart apartment is needed, but I also don't have the materials to make a smart apartment. I actually have to go with like a bog standard regular apartment, which I did not want to do. I wanted to... Eventually, I will rotate these things out. Get things going. I actually also want to get a English, Steve. Speak it. Martian University down. And I think it's going to go here. C-type asteroids, exotics, rares. I actually definitely want to see what they've got going before I send anything up. No anomalies, don't have any of that to go for, so just head back. The homeless penalty will actually bite me significantly, but this scrubber is required building right now. Then we're going to have compact pasture module. Arcology, I'm leaning towards getting it sooner rather than later. This would be good to get more rare metals out faster. There's a geoscape dome. Finally, in farm automation, decrease the number of workers. Martian-born strength, that's good. I'm thinking about doing another outsource, but I don't want to just because my rare metal production has decreased significantly. I don't want to be blowing that money. Gonna get extended cargo modules for the asteroid lander because that's gonna happen soon. That'll probably happen either tomorrow or next week. I'm gonna start doing some of that stuff. But I've got to get this. I have to get this colony to a point where it's self-sufficient, A, and B, I can start bringing tourists down. That's the whole point of this colony. I'm 7 episodes in, and I'm not getting that going yet. We'll get that going. Compact pasture models because I want to bring more people up. Increased birth rate, absolutely needed. I can understand STEM reconstruction, but that's expensive as hell right now. I do think... yeah, nocturnal adaptation. Actually, no. That's not going to help me right now. It's definitely what's going to help me sooner rather than later. Supportive community, because we did find that colonist up here who's kind of running on fumes. Want to make sure that she was doing okay. All right. How did the retirement home break down? Our retirement home malfunctioned. How? And again, without enough electronics being produced, we're up to 5 electronics per day. I can make it work, but we're also running very, very low on rare metals. We're producing it here in the rare metals refinery, but Lance 4 is going to come back looking for more materials. Just throwing that out there. And you've dumped that off. Good. Wait, oh, whoa, we got exotics here? Okay, grab those exotics. I'm going to turn off that mode.
Sector scanned.
Hey, prices are back to... hey, that's perfect. Okay, well, perfect and bad simultaneously, because now it's going to cost me... I'm going to get 35 million per, so just over $1 billion for every rocket back to Earth, but that's now going to cost more for my imports of the electronics, which I kind of need, because even with these guys going, I'm not going to go heavy workload. If I can get... you know, so assuming 5 electronics per day. It's going to take 60 souls without any consumption just for me to get enough to build the Omega Telescope. Let's actually set that down and kind of get it just placed and ready to go. Another reason I wanted to double check it is this area is not flat for me to use it. Alright, it's going to produce some waste rock. That's totally fine. We've got plenty of drones that can do the job. And hey, look, a dumping site we can utilize for it. I like it. I'm going to shut this guy down, because we're running a little low on waste rock for the moment. And then ironically, I could actually slap another dome down here, but I have no connections available in this dome or this dome. I have to move stuff, and unlike Anno, I can't just pick up a building and slap it down somewhere else. I have to demo it and rebuild it. Really? Hang on. Oh, Shazbot. There's no drone hub back here for it? Son of a bitch.
Funding received.
Okay. I like the idea of putting another dome back here. Or doing a beta site up here. Clearing this out. Come up here. Because I still want to do this one. I'm just going to plan, I'm going to slap this guy down, and with the intent of getting this built at some point. The metals that are around it will be able to do that, but it's also going to clear out some of this waste rock and dump some of the waste rock required into it. I want to flatten this area out because I think the telescope would go great right here, with a supportive dome system in this area. I'm liking the idea of that. I've got a Sterling gen, so I can do stuff up here. Don't have any prefabs. Yeah, it's creating a little bit of waste rock. That's totally fine. But now it's going to have to need an absurd amount of waste rock. This is where landscaping nanites would actually be really beneficial. I could just leave this thing alone. It would do the job, and I'd be fine. Yeah, so they're grabbing all the metals for this to put it towards this oval dome. Which, again, totally fine. Lance is returning to Mars. And you know what? I'm going to order up a rocket just of electronics, because kind of need it. I'm going to do 25. I could easily go with more. The only reason I'm not doing more than 25 is because that's a 25 is $1 billion to bring up right now, and I want to make sure I'm still profiting from everything I'm bringing down. Could do another SETI satellite mission, thinking about it, because that would give us, it would take 30 electronics, 50 metal, which I have, 50 fuel, which I have plenty of, utilize that to...
Sector scanned.
It would give me $1.7 billion, which, again, diminishing returns the more times you do it. However, I could spend essentially, that's $1.25 billion to get, $1.2 billion to get $1.7 billion. It would give me the research outsourcing, which is, always helpful. Yeah, and I've got structures malfunctioning with the lack of... Wow, both smart apartments have malfunctioned, so these electronics are going to be needed more than ever right now. This thing's going as best it can. Again, I don't want to go heavy workload on them just because I don't want to burn my people out and cause sanity breakdowns. That's really bad for me. Especially in a colony that's, I'll say it, fledgling. It's not doing well right now. I have a concrete extractor out here that needs... Oh, storage space is full. Here you go. Here's a concrete depot. We'll clear that out really fast for you. And there we go. Now it's emptying out. We can utilize it a little better. Got Crux almost back to Mars. And I've got the electronics to do that. Unfortunately, this building's already approaching a degradation point where it's going to need maintenance. I just built the damn thing, and I'm eating through my electronics so quickly. Let's see what my actual consumption rate is. Yeah, electronics maintenance is 2.2.
Resources are low.
That was an electronics pop up there for that brief second, but we've got more electronics, thankfully. It's just immediately it's going to go to waste. Let's see if other colonies have anything they can utilize for. Let's see. Contact. Trade. No. I think we're at 57. I can't off it. I could. I mean, steel and technology would be kind of beneficial, but let's see. Trade. They'll give us concrete, which they don't even have concrete. They're offering that. Japan. They'll actually give us a decent trade for concrete, but we don't need... Well, I mean, concrete's always helpful. Just don't need it in spades right now. We just need a little bit. It's a nice double vista spot over here. How's this guy going up here? This is done up. Cool. Recall these drones. I'm going to set them down here. I'm going to flatten this area out. And I'm going to kind of build like... I don't think an oval dome will be best here unless it's kind of lined up like this. But I want to get essentially a double oval dome right here on top of this site. Because we've got a concrete deposit, which is very low. We've got metals, rare metals, more water, and I can just send a pipe down to it. But my idea, crazy though it may be, I'll start this off over here. I gotta actually have a sensor tower right there, so I gotta be really careful with how we do this. It's gonna take waste rock, but also it's gonna give us waste rock and require waste rock. But I can flatten this area out real quick. Kind of fill it in. These vistas will still be here, hopefully, unless the game's been changed again. Really? Running a negative on water? Wasn't expecting to see a deficit on water right now. I do have another vaporator, so I could work with that. Well, let's say I put another... Oh, that one's actually just in range of a vista. I'll just turn that one off, because I don't have the polymers for it, or the water for it. And I could actually build on top of the vistas. That's doable. You don't have to be like near them or anything. You just have to be like, oh yeah, you're in range of a vista. I'm gonna put that guy here too. S-type, second most common. Exotics and metals never contain water, so I cannot make fuel locally on them. Now, minus the polymers, I do have enough materials to make this. However, let's do a trade of concrete for polymer. Let's see if I can get the excess polymers I need for this. And while I don't have deep water extraction going, I can also get over to here. Not a great trade, but I'll take it. Let's see if I can get myself in a position to do this. Plus, I have some unemployment. I'm going to increase my water draw on the colony. However, I'm not super concerned about it. My draw is actually... It's only 1.1 above what I'm making right now. I thought I had an extra evaporator prefab. Le crap. Alright, let's do pipe. Okay, cannot go above the battery, so I have to go around that. That battery's just in the worst damn spot, isn't it? I'll have to map this out. Because I do want to use this deposit to get the extra water going. And if I go right here, it's going to be just outside of the other building's dust radius, which is a good thing and a big thing for me. Uneven terrain, too. That's not helpful. Alright. Yeah, you're not even hooked in, so I can't do much with it right now. So I will actually shut you down. Yeah, storage space is full of my fuel refinery, meaning that this guy probably should get built. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to slap my GHG down. Just get that research out of the way. Then turn around, use it. It's a janky ass way of doing it, but I'm going to do it like that. Essentially just take it through the elevator. This actually lets me slap down another large water tank right here. And I'll probably put another large O2 tank in this area also. This is more to have more supply in case there's a disaster. I don't remember what the Power of 3 does, mission-wise. It's been so long since I've had it. I can't even remember. I think it was Blue Sun when I did it initially, or maybe Space Y when I had the Blue Sun mystery. So it's been a significant amount of time. I'm going to turn this guy on. He's going to be producing only 3 water, better than nothing. We have a slight deficit of power, which is totally fine. We're going to utilize what we have and make it work. This building, we're getting there on the materials. We're actually quite low on metal, all things considered. Run downstairs. Oh dear. That was like right on top of me. Bring it up here. Yeah, some of our drones actually were damaged in that cave-in, so that's a problem. These guys are absolutely running heavy because there's only 3 drones available here. But we'll clear it up. We'll get it utilized. We'll get things going in the right direction. We got our fuel refinery offline because storage is full. I'll actually shut this one down too. Next video, planning on getting the greenhouse Mars tech done. Getting my first greenhouse producer. It's going to start increasing the temperature on the planet and start. We're going to kickstart the terraforming process just a little bit. And I do have the electronics to build a smart apartment, but I don't have the need to build it because I do have this just standard apartment complex that a bunch of kids are living in. A little frustrating. I do see some seniors in this dome. This retirement home is available for you. Oh, and we're going to finish off with the bomba. An unbelievable amount of account funds has suddenly appeared in our accounts that we currently kept frozen from. This comes shortly after we received the following cryptic message. Seth requires permission to test the bomb at a safe distance from your Martian colony. These funds should cover inconvenience. What is this, some kind of a joke? Disregard. The colony can use the additional funding. Answer, yes. Follow the message and identify the sender. Do it now. I got $2 billion on me. I've got a decent amount of materials. I could probably deal with more money. I don't think I've actually ever said yes to this. So, yeah. An enormous blast has been detected, a mind-boggling 500 megatons of TNT. The blast was very far away. A small Marsquake was detected, but the debris from the blast and winds will hit our base very soon, both at the same time. At least the money's been unfrozen. Hope we survive long enough to spend it. So Dust Storm, Meteor Storm immediately came online for both.
Meteor incoming.
Problem is that now this is going to cause issues. In that I'm now having to deal with dome fractures. A lot of warnings just came up simultaneously. So the polymers that I do have, and then I'm going to accept this trade offer from Europe for, they're not going to be able to land during this time.
Meteor incoming.
Why not? So dust storms, you can read that. Meteor storms, you can read that. Hang on, where are my Sterling gens? I gotta close you guys up. And close them up a little bit. We do have a leak in the grid, which is fine. That's what I was getting O2 for. So I wanted to make sure that we were getting mental breakdown. Absolutely gonna be happening because of all of this happening at the same time. This is the first disaster to hit the colony, and that's a whopper. So, next video, gonna deal with this too. We've actually had I'm surprised that all of this is landing right on top of me. Oh, shit. That took out a huge chunk of stuff. Yeah, we're in trouble. But that's kind of where the game gets to have a little bit of fun, isn't it? A little bit of challenge, no? Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and all the videos that come out on this channel. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video where this disaster will eventually end.